hear the grasshopper, which is at your feet.
Hello, Jim Matthews, GlassHopper.com. When I see a fused glass piece that I really love, and I think I could actually make it, I save a picture in a place where I know I'll run across it now and then. If it grabs me every time I do, then maybe I'll contact the artist and talk to them about a Glasshopper project. This month we are indebted to Connie Haller, who has a real knack for color and the optical qualities that dimension brings to glass. Her business is Connie's Glass Corner in Liestal, Switzerland. You'll find her under that name on Facebook and Etsy and Instagram, and her postings are definitely worth a browse. This is the one that originally blew me away. The colors, the textures, the wreath concept, I loved everything about it every time I saw it and still do. My shelf is 13 inches in diameter, which is the only reason I chose that size for my wreath. Working on the papered shelf, I used a compass to draw a 3-inch donut hole. The basic structure here is clear triangular rays radiating out from the perimeter of the center circle. 13-inch circle, 3-inch center, so my rays need to be no more than 4.5 inches long. And if I vary their lengths like Connie did, a number of them will be shorter. But I'm just going to make mine all 4.5 inches and then nip them down as needed. Now I'm not exactly sure how Connie went about shaping her clear pieces, but I just cut a clear rectangle 4.5 inches wide and then sliced it into 4.5-inch long triangles with blunt tips. Then I placed those butt out around the perimeter thusly. For the upper layer, I used a variety of shorter lengths, again point in, butt out, each one spanning the space between two of the lower rays to connect everything together. And that is ready to cook. My first one was built just like this, a tack fused base, then I assembled each individual flower on it, petal by petal, which was demanding because this surface is far from level. But I did it, and here it is after firing. It came out very nice, and I was pleased, but I had to wonder if it wouldn't be a lot easier to make the flowers separately. It'd still be 2 firings, but less arduous. So that was my plan for this time. But I forgot and fired the clear base before decorating it, so just pretend I didn't. It's definitely faster this way. We'll make some of these flowers together in a minute and you'll see how quick they are. I'm not even going to bother to secure them. I've screened these frits to filter out the fines, and I'm thinking more green color around the center and then radials flaring out along the seams of the clear. Using moss green and dark emerald green, both transparents, in coarse and medium grains. If you look closely at Connie's, you'll see she placed little berries of the flower colors randomly around and also bits of coarse clear, which when tack fused will add still more dimension and sparkle. So I tried to do pretty much the same. Now let's make a few loose flowers, and then we'll impose on Connie's design skills again and make one similar to this. I like to use pre-made pebbles for the flower centers, like Connie did. If you don't already have a stash of these small ones, cut 3/8 inch wide strips, nip them into approximate squares, spread those out on a prepared shelf, and crank them up to high full fuse. These went to 1500 for 10 minutes. For the flower petals, I cut color strips 5/8 inches wide and then nipped them into triangles. I nipped the tips too, and wish I'd nipped all the corners to give them a head start on rounding up. I'm pretty sure that's what Connie did. I do want to put the center on top of the petals as opposed to placing the petals around the center, so they'll fuse together and not draw apart from each other. Let's take a look at number 1. Now the tack fuse coming out should look very much like going in. And I would say this fits that description. I like it. I see 0 detrimental effects of pre-making the flowers. Now here's the first one I made where the flowers were individually assembled on top of the uneven prefused base. And here they are side by side. All right, proceeding with number 2. No compass this time, and after studying Connie's, I made my spines a little more blunt. This time, instead of butting out, I'm butting in. I'm placing all of these wide end towards center until no more can fit around the circle. And then I'll go in between the rays, wide end toward the outside, trimming where it seems like a good idea or just for variety. Next, in order to bind all these adjacent pieces together, I'm going to place a butt-in spine atop every butt-out spine, being careful to overlap the butt-in spines on either side of it in the process. See that? The top butt-in spine lays on the bottom butt-out spine, and in doing so connects it to the 2 spines beside it. Once you do that all the way around, every spine will be interconnected. These are okay. I prefer the rounder look. See these? Just little nips off the corners of the petals before you fire will get you there. I guess I'm a trial and error designer. I really like to be able to move things around until I like the way they look. I'm not using any adhesive here and everything seems to stay together okay, but spreading frit with nothing sticky on the surface is a plain pain. And it makes a mess of loose frit between the spines. Next time I'll try a little hairspray. And like last time, we will intermingle some little color berries at random among the greens. Maybe we'll even call them mingleberries. Looks like a mess to me, but most of that is frit in between the spines. Take a look at this. This little unit is sold as an automotive parts washer, meant I guess for garage mechanics, but for me it makes a perfect little cold working station. It's essentially a water tank with a recycling pump. No more messy drip systems to be rigged up, no plumbing to worry about clogging, just wheel it out and drain the tank periodically and then fill it with fresh water. And when I'm not using it, a little extra horizontal space. Priceless. Well, this is okay for my first one of this style. Lots of stray frit pieces stuck to the inside edges of the rays. See my wiggly finger? That's the kind of stuff I want to get rid of. This is just a cheap little diamond cutoff wheel, they're called, attached to a flexible shaft, attached to a, you know the drill. Note to self, avoid this next time by using hairspray before sprinkling frit. Here then are our spring floral wreaths. I like Connie's better, but I have to wonder, if hers were mine and mine were hers, might I like hers better still? Thank you, Connie Holler, for allowing us to lift from your considerable skills. I hope you all enjoy making these sparkling beauties. I thank you for your ongoing support, and please stay safe and healthy.